And then the PDA. Isaiah Al Raichu Kupar. January 8. And something something. With chemical components. Yes. A new year for the chief surgeon. A new year for a chief surgeon and a new year for the staff of the medical deck. I have to think of it that way or it gets rather confusing. The staff of the medical deck now consists of 3 extra sections. Cybernetic, tissue regeneration, and for some reason medicinal hydroponics. Yes, it may be medicinal, but as I told Dr. Mellon, there are still plans. I don't wish to seem ungrateful. It is Kane Corporation who opened so many new doorways for me and who redefined the frontiers of medicine for us all. As a man who served his apprenticeship on the battlefield, elbow deep in the blood of innocents, to see those deserts and war-torn villages reborn as images of Nirvana is a privilege, and all thanks to the sciences of Kane. And yet it's hard to understand why on the Groom Lake so many departments are being forced to share resources like this. I hear our budget will be up for review soon, and the chances of us getting an increase are slim. I shall try to remain positive. Okay. February 18. My goodness, a 300% budget increase. I have not yet been able to even imagine how helpful this financial windfall will be. Dr. Malin assured me that a sizable portion of this budget will be applied to Project Seed. It makes our work that much more essential. We'll order new equipment and new samples, although I don't totally agree with the ethics of Dr. Malin's acquisition of volunteers for surgery and testing. The leaps and pounds we've made in our research more make up for the rest of it. Is it wrong that we must test the limits of morality for the greater good? I wonder what you would think now if you are sort of a victim of all of these circumstances too, in a sense. May 4. I'm a surgeon who has seen many awful things in the blood-soaked apparatus of the Bajan wars, so perhaps this should be second nature to me, but I don't recall agreeing to the use of children for testing. Yes, children for testing, lovely, yay, our kid is here too. I went to inspect the stasis tubes at the request of my chief nurse and found that there were several children, some as young as 9 years old, awaiting processing. Children. I was shocked and appalled and demanded an explanation from Dr. Malin. Edward Jenner had to test vaccines on children to see if they'd work, he said. I knew the story. What medical does not? Jenner injected infected purulent exudates into the child's arm, which must have seemed callous disregard for the child's life, and yet it saved the boy. That is how he convinced me. We are the frontier of the sciences. Chances must be taken. I do not always feel comfortable with his ethical choices, but his logic is sound. The research is too valuable for us to let a few moral qualms get in our way. Of course it is. Of course it is. Oh dear, December 17. I fear that my decision to become a surgeon with Kane Corporation is not quite simple as I thought. The first casualties of the infection spreading across the ship came to my lab, where we had to set up a quarantined operation room. I had to get hands-on with the patient for the first time in years. The flow of blood, the cutting of infected tissue using my specialized tools. God forgive me, but I enjoyed it. It's impossible to explain the adrenaline rush from playing God in such a way, or of having the lives of so many of the birds of death in your hands. I felt it on the battlefields, and I feel it now. It is not the beauty of birth that moves me, it seems, but the pungent stench of death. I thought I joined Kane Corporation to save my soul. Instead, it is to slake the thirst of the beast in me, whose jaws slaver at the scent of blood. I am ashamed. Well, I guess at least you recognize it. Something. December 20. How could I not have seen it? It's a good question. Those awful life forms and those awful life forms are disguising themselves as us, inside us. They wear our skins and our PDTs, which explains how the security systems cannot detect them. If I didn't already know where those creatures came from, this would perhaps be less frightening. But they have learned. The vile abominations. Abomination. What a word that is. It appears to summarize what we, have created in our hubris. We have created evil. God help us all. Well, that is lovely. Great. Notices and reports. Is Dr. Mellon then actually still the doctor, or is he also not actually a doctor but some sort of a result of these sort of things? I'm not sure then. Probably he's just a doctor that wants to test all sort of things, and this is all just a testing facility. Possibly. Yes, personal data tags that I saw. Analysis report. Dr. Malin has recalibrated his guidelines for subjects in Project Seed and specifically the requirements for any female subjects who have previously been pregnant. The female subjects should ideally have been screened, but their precise source is not important, since the project has a 99.89% chance of a non-fatal reaction in subjects. Members of staff will be eligible for this test. The ideal subject is as follows. I wonder if our 5 belongs into this group. Blood type O-, height between 5.5 and 6.0, free of any genetic defects, age between 18 and 40. Subjects must have recently been pregnant, ideally within the past year. Regards, Dr. C. Backman. And the nurse. We have disagreed often, but never so more than now. I am aware that Miss Callister doesn't work in surgery and that Chief Nurse Boxer has seniority in terms of rank. However, Callister has one of the most extraordinary organizational minds I've ever worked with. The product storage areas are clean and well indexed. Therefore, I have to challenge your demand that I remove her from her position because of these false reports. She has been sending you about anomalies in supplies. I have no doubt that your claims of her illicitly taking samples is also only an accusation. She is a fine worker and reports only what she feels is right. I'll be taking no action against her. You are in charge of the project, but you must allow me to choose my staff at my own discretion. Regards, Isaiah. So I guess she didn't get fired from the job even though she was doing all of this, but on the other hand it didn't like change anything and so on, so in that sense. Alright, so organic reception. Still thanks first. I'm like wondering, okay, what was this that I was taking actually? Empty stasis fluid container. Anesthetic storage.
What is not properly prepared for the selected program.
Okay.
This is a friendly reminder that thought crime does not entail death. This is a final request to communication with regulated.
Organic receptions. It may be that I would need to nonetheless go and visit in the other direction first before heading forward with this, most likely. I'll just save again and I will at least test if I can go into the elevator. I probably cannot, but I gotta at least test it. Do I die in there? No, nothing just happens. Oh, that's fine, that's fine. That is totally fine enough. Main medical deck entrance.
The wounds. Oh, never again. It crawled through the night and then they grafted their eyes and tore through my skin. Oh, never ever, never again. They came for our mothers and then for our kin, scratching the ground and eating their sin.
Intriguing noises. The entrance to the medical facilities, reception church, as if the chair has turned shyly away from the sight of the bloodshed nearby.
Wants to thank all employees for their dedicated service.
Perfectly mirrors the curfew of the walls. Well, let's go and see Medical Bay Terminal.
These are words of Henry Kane himself. Humanity has chosen us to do its good work, and together we will not.
Long way around you had to go. Alright.
Technology. Today,
Personal data tag detected. John Maracek. Yeah, I know. Personal data tag has no security clearance system, is locked. Fine. So if I would I need to first put this personal data tag to myself? Or maybe I can indeed just, okay, I just put it there, so now it's, okay. Recognizing data tag detected of Elizabeth Swanson. Force field off. Alright, well, that worked out. Alright. Well, the force field is off, but it's not open. Well, what then? Unless it also removed the outer force field? Could be. At least I have no idea what to do here. Stasis fluid container, loose cables, the empty pistol. Let's check it out if the door here wouldn't have the force field on. No, it doesn't. Good. Then we can go and enter there. Lovely, I guess. Disregarded stasis pod. Yeah, chemical concoction. I hate it when, like, I'm pressing here and...
Tia, a survivor.
Well...
Someone alive?
In a stasis
Not
pod.
exactly. He's in stasis.
It can be dangerous to wake someone from stasis without the proper procedures being followed.
So who
No.
the hell woke me?
Forget him, John. You need to think about the mission.
Well, it would be nice if there would be others that I could help. Impossibly, in the middle of all the slaughter, there's another survivor, clearly alive. His life signs seem normal. However, is he or what has happened on board of the Croom Lake? It's a totally other question. Program Stasis Control Terminal. Yeah. I don't think there's too much I can do about that. Torn apart door. That seems very great. Empty stasis pod if we want to be going and entering into there. That would be a lovely idea, wouldn't it? We do need that fluid though. Intriguing. Right. Yes, empty stasis pod also. Good. This helps me a lot. Well, I'm afraid that I have to be getting the liquid from there. But I guess we'll see. This doesn't look that pleasant of a room, but I guess not too dangerous. Legs. The femurs have buckled in opposite directions and have been ripped from their sockets. Stasis bot ship. A stasis bot command control module. Alright.
Another body. Or two.
Burgle Carter, February 20. Be still, my beating heart. I saw the most divine creature in hydroponics. She's friends with that nurse, Erica. Erica gives me the evil eye, but Sadie is just a divine thing. Ah. I wonder if you went with Sadie and her friend then. Wasn't Erica and Sadie actually the very good friends, and Erica was the one who wanted to come and try to find her sister, and Sadie came along. Curves in all the right places and the face of an angel. I keep trying to come up with a reason to visit the medicinal hydroponics section. She never sees me though. I'm not trained medical staff. Those soldiers in the recovery room give me funny looks if I'm at the window trying to get her attention. If I'm at the window. I have to find a way to speak to Sadie directly. I've seen her head to the decontamination room and she seems to go there after every shift. I might try and strike up a conversation by one of the machines, maybe offer to buy her a drink. I'll do it tomorrow, or maybe the day after, because tomorrow I've got a double shift. Still, it takes a brave man to work on unknown sciences in the bosom of the cosmos, doesn't it? Like the jocks back at school would ever be able to do what I reckon do. I risk life and limb to repair essential electronics, and that takes courage. I may not be a soldier, but I think I have a right to call myself a man of courage. May 20. What's with the shutdown? Jesus, 9 days now. I've been trying to get through to the surgical pods for a week. I gave up going to the hydroponics to see Sadie after they started restricting access to unnecessary personnel. So now I just hang around product storage by the vending machines hoping to see her. But when I do, I just choke up. Damn, I'm so pathetic. I'm reading this book by Arian Sanchez. It's about the eugenic wars. It's freaking amazing that we've even allowed to do what we do on the crew, like what happened all those years ago. I have to hide the book though. Dr. Malin saw me reading it in the rec room and he went totally apeshit. Threatened to burn the book and fire my ass. So now it stays under my pillow. And I sure as hell don't take it on my rounds. Instead, I bring one of my Pantheon series by VC Dark with me. Is that his real name? Doubt it. I love Major Plot-O. He's incredible. Sometimes wish I'd had the balls to be in the Marines rather than engineering. I'd love to be like him. Destroy what destroys you. November 23, very long break, but yeah, I don't think things should be the way they are in here, but that Dr. Malan or whatever he is exactly even anymore, I wonder how he can all the time be following me and how things aren't affecting him, or does he want to die as well? I don't have any clue, but yeah, things shouldn't be like this after all the wars that have already been and all that, but they are. They aren't actually completely approved, I'm pretty sure. November 23, rations arrived today, nobody's impressed. Not too surprising. It's all emergency shit, so hardly gourmet, but man, I wasn't expecting much, but this is seriously bad. Because food's short, people are going buckfuck. Lottie spans Malone. Broke the poor pastor's nose. Steve is having trouble keeping everyone switched off each other. I keep asking why we can't just rate hydroponics, but they keep shouting me down. Especially Sadie. She looks so pissed when she sees me, but nowhere near as pissed as when she looks at Dr. Mellon or Dr. Al-Raj Kubar. She must despise me. Why didn't I just ask her out before? Because you're a coward, Burke. A dirty singing coward. Well, she just looks at the, well, and probably she knew that there were bad things growing there, so they wouldn't be very good for anyone's health. And probably not everyone in that weren't in hydroponics didn't know what all went wrong. Okay, December 18th, power went out again. I'm so freaking scared. I can barely breathe. Those rumors of animals prowling around medical? Not rumors. I saw one guy ripped apart by one of those things. Couldn't make it out too well. Pale skin. Tails, I think. They move around like a pack of dogs. And they're strong. People are scared and hungry. I kept small stash of food in my quarters. I didn't even tell Steve about it. I feel ashamed for keeping it to myself, but people are getting crazy, man. I think it might actually be against regulations to hoard food. Michelietta would kill me if he knew I had rations hidden. Come on, the guy's nuts. He practically strangled me the other day. Carswell had to restrain him. And probably their minds were affected by all the foods that they had eaten. But it still freaking kills from the operation earlier. Steve was nominated to reprogram the security turrets and the guy just went and did it. He's a hero, not like me. Yeah, Steve, the guy who was below there and killed himself in the end. So, December 24. Now I'm not just a coward, I'm a freaking murderer. How come? I used those poor pastors in Stasis to keep those god-awful things from getting to me. I just unlocked the Stasis units and began the recovery process so that when they staggered out of the deep freeze, those things were waiting for them. I found a product storage room that nobody was using and locked myself in. When the breach was reported, I heard screams. I pissed myself. I fucking pissed myself. Is that any way for a real man to behave? As I ran, I saw Sadie cradling her best friend's bloodied body in the corridor. The first freaking part is that it never occurred to me to stop. I just hoped they'd buy me the time I needed to find a hiding place. That's who Burke Carter was. Whoever finds this, and I know somebody will, he was a coward. He just hoped that the computer parts in this PDA came in handy to whoever finds this. If my hide was this useless in life, the least I can hope is that something I left behind will be useful. Well, I'm not sure if it's better to then die than just be in the stasis pods forever, or what would be the case, but well, intestines, legs, and then you. I would assume that something came to kill you too, though. But yeah, wish you would have been also able to have a better life, but I think this is going to be useful to me. Take it or leave it. Rather take it than leave it, but just do something. I did press into it quite a few times, so thank you. What was your name?
No, it's one.
Yes, I know it's one. Burke Carter. Thank you, Burke, for that ship. I actually have to probably be a murderer as well. Awake this person and get the liquid. Seems to be the case.